Hello everyone. So how are you all? I think so. Everyone is fine. Okay. Now our next video is what? Theories of reaction rates. Now what are the theories of reaction rates are there? So what type of problems may asked on this theories of reaction rates? So those problems also I will explain at the end of the video. So try to watch till the end of the video, and those who not watched the before this video, it is a fourth video. Before this we have the three videos. You once go through with those three videos, then you will understand better this one. Case we are going to see the theories of reaction rate. In that first theory we have Arrhenius theory. Mainly we have two types of theories are there. In that Arrhenius theory and collision theory. So in that most important, Arrhenius and collision both are important, and both we have the some problems. So those all problems we are going to see. Now first we will see the Arrhenius theory of reaction rate. So already we had discussed. So this Arrhenius is the scientist. He given the one mathematical relation to explain the how specific rate depends on the temperature. That is K is equal to A into e power minus EA by RT. Now what is mean by EA and what is mean by RT, A and K we know. What is K here? It is a specific rate or rate constant. A is Arrhenius factor. EA is activation energy. R is gas constant. T is absolute temperature. So it is the specific rate depends on the temperature, as well as it depends on the activation energy. Now how it will be? You apply the logarithm on both sides. Ln of K. So ln in the sense log base E is represented with ln E. Ln. Okay. So what is the difference between log and ln here? So ln we are writing means log base E it indicates. If you are writing log means it is base 10. Okay. Ln of A into e power minus EA by RT. So you apply the log of A into B form, it is A form, it is B. So log A and log B. Then what happens? Ln of it is base E power minus EA by RT. You can write it as EA by RT plus ln of A is equal to ln K. Now in this case, you see here the rate constant, how it is related with activation energy, inversely related. In the sense here the activation energy of the reacting molecule is more means the rate of reaction is less. That is activation energy and rate of reaction, how they are related? They are completely inversely related. More is the activation energy of the reacting molecule, then rate of reaction will be less. Because that reacting molecules are having less energy to convert into product. They are not having sufficient energy. We have to supply. So then in that case what happens? It will take much time to convert that reactant into product. So it takes much time. So it is a slow process. So its rate of reaction is very less when it is needed the more quantity of activation energy. So that is what we are calling, that is the relation between specific rate and activation energy. And also you see the rate constant versus temperature. Now specific rate versus temperature will be directly proportional. The specific rate is inversely proportional to activation energy. You do remember these two. So based on that you may get the some theory questions. Directly they will ask. So by increase in temperature what happens? What is the changes? So I will give you one question also based on this. And also you can take the here activation energy, how it is inversely related. That is what he explained, how the activation energy will affect on the rate of reaction. Now next is this whatever the Arrhenius theory is there, no? It is based on the kinetic theory of gases. This Arrhenius theory is it is based on kinetic theory of gases. So which we had learned in first year, kinetic theory of gases. That is it can depends on only on the kinetic energy of the reacting molecule average kinetic energy of the reacting molecule is directly proportional to absolute temperature. That is given by the what kinetic theory of gases, which means that whenever we are increasing the temperature, what happens here? The collisions between the reacting molecules increases. When the number of collisions are increases between the reacting molecule, then what happens? Initially they will form when the reacting molecules are collided, they will form some transition state. It is also called intermediate state. So after formation of the transition state only, the reacting molecules are converted to product. So if it want to form the transition state, the whatever the amount of energy which is possessed by the reacting molecule is called what a threshold energy. So if they are not having that reaching the transition state, so then what happens? Whatever the required energy by the reacting molecule is called what activation energy. The energy required by the reacting molecule in the conversion of reactant into product is called what activation energy. The energy already possessed by the reacting molecule to convert the reactant into product. So in the completion of the reaction, whatever the energy which is possessed by the reacting molecule is called what threshold energy. Now average kinetic energy is what directly proportional to temperature. So which can be explained based on the what Maxwell distribution curve showing that dependence of kinetic energy on temperature. So I will explain that one. Before that, so this Arrhenius, what he has done, he has taken one simple example, the reaction between hydrogen and iodine. So to form the what hydrogen iodide, what happens you see here. So it is what hydrogen react with iodine, okay, then what happens, we are getting the water 2 moles of HI. Now here hydrogen contains the water, one HH bond is there between the 2 hydrogen atoms. So in between the 2 iodine atoms we have the water I bond is there. So then what happens, whenever these 2 are collided at a particular temperature, what happens, they will form the whatever the bonds, existing bond will be break down and the new bonds are formed between these 2, and the new bonds will be formed between these 2, hydrogen and iodine. So the formation of this new bonds and breakage of the bonds will involve simultaneously, okay na. So in the transition state, it is called what transition state or intermediate state, okay na. So after formation of this transition state only the product formation takes place. Now in this case, whatever the sufficient energy which is required to convert the transition state into product, if that sufficient energy is possessed by the reacting molecule, then only that reaction will take place. If it is less than the threshold energy, okay na, it should be equal to what threshold energy or greater than the threshold energy, then only the reacting molecules are converted to what product. If it is less than that threshold energy, the reacting molecules cannot be converted to product. So then what happens, the simultaneous breakage of bonds and formation of bonds will take place in transition state, which was given by the Arrhenius, and we are getting the water bond between hydrogen iodide plus hydrogen iodide. The existing bonds are breaked and the new bonds are formed between the different atoms. That breakage and formation of bonds takes place simultaneously in transition state. Is that clear? Now you see the what Maxwell distribution curve, how it will depends on the what kinetic energy depends on temperature. Now we are taking the what fraction of molecules are taken on y-axis. We are taking the kinetic energy on x-axis. Then what happens at T degree Celsius? This is the curve. At this curve is what at T degree Celsius. At T degree Celsius, it is having the what high activation energy. It requires the what more activation energy, and also you see these are the what fraction of molecules which are having more kinetic energy. What happens whenever we are going this side, kinetic energy is increasing from origin to this side, kinetic energy increases. These are the particles which are having more kinetic energy. At T degree Celsius, these particles are having the what kinetic energy. But whenever you are taking water, you increase this some 10 degrees Celsius, then what happens, you see the particles which are having more kinetic energy. Means the fraction of molecules possessing kinetic energy will be increases. Whenever the fraction of molecule possessing kinetic energy is increased, then what happens? Number of collisions increases. Whenever that collisions are increased, then what happens? The transition state will be converted to what? Product. So that was explained by the what? Arrhenius theory. This is a simple theory. So how he explained the how it will depends on the temperature rate, how it will depends on the rate, temperature as well as activation energy, and also fraction of molecule what happens. Here whatever the energy which is there, no, it is called what? Most probable kinetic energy. Now you see fraction of molecule which are having more kinetic energy at T plus 10 degrees Celsius, the fraction of molecule will have the what? More kinetic energy. More number of molecule will have more kinetic energy. Then what happens? More number of molecule possess more kinetic energy, the more number of molecules are converted to product. But whereas at T degree Celsius, that is low temperature, very less number of molecules are having more kinetic energy. Fraction of molecule will be less. So that can be fraction of molecule can be represented by Ne by Nt. So it is what? Fraction of molecule. Ne is what? The number of molecules possessed energy. Nt is what? The total number of molecule possessed energy. So that will gives you what? A fraction of molecules. If the more is the fraction of molecules are having more kinetic energy, then its rate of reaction will be more. Is that clear? So that is what Arrhenius theory of reaction rate. Is that clear? So we'll see the what next one, collision theory of reaction rate. Okay, now we are going to see the what second theory of reaction rate, that is what collision theory of reaction rate. Now according to this collision theory of reaction rate, here what happens, the reacting molecule should cross the what two energy barriers to convert the reactant into what product. So then only we'll get the what proper amount of product. So what type of barriers it has to cross? It has to cross the what two barriers. One is what energy barrier, and next one is what orientation barrier. These two are the what required condition, orientation barrier. So if anyone is not satisfied by the reacting molecule, so it is not converted to product. So that is the main criteria for this collision theory. Now what this collision theory of reaction rate tells us here, whatever the reacting molecules are there, no, so the reacting molecules must be converted to product, means they must collide with each other. Without collision there is no formation of product at all. So what happens, whenever they are colliding with sufficient energy, they must possess some sufficient energy. Whatever the energy which is possessed by the reacting molecule, to convert that reacting molecule into product in a chemical reaction is called what? Threshold energy. This is what we are calling threshold energy from here to here. So we are plotting the what potential energy versus reaction coordinate. Now reaction is proceeding from this direction, potential energy. Now this is the energy which is required for the conversion of reactant into product. Now this is what energy of the reacting molecule, this is what energy of the product. So potential energy of reactant, potential energy of product. Now what happens, both will collide and they will make the what some minimum threshold, minimum energy they must possess to convert the reacting molecule into product. That is what we are calling threshold energy. If that less than that threshold energy if they are having, then what happens, those reactant molecules are not converted to product. Okay, so now less than threshold energy, the reactants are not converted to product. So reactants which are having threshold energy, they will form the transition state. Those reactants are converted to what? To products. Those reactants are converted to product. Now whatever the, now threshold energy is not the sufficient one, along with that these reactants are having this much energy only. So then what happens, they require some amount of energy to reach that threshold energy. So then what happens, whatever the energy required by the reacting molecule in the conversion of reactant into product is called what? Activation energy. The energy required by the reacting molecule in the conversion of reactant into product is called what? activation energy. Now you see here reactants are converted to product. So whatever the energy which is required by the reacting molecule here, this energy is called what? Activation energy in forward direction, because reactants are going towards the water product. So it is forward direction. If the products are converted to water reactant, then it is called what? Backward direction. Now you see the what? If products are converting into reactant, so whatever the energy required by the product molecule to convert into reactant, that energy is called what? Activation energy of backward direction. Is that clear? So that is what here they must possess what? Some minimum amount of energy reacting molecule. So to collide with one another to convert into product, they must possess some amount of energy, and also they has to cross the water this energy barrier, then only they will convert it to product. So will those all collisions will convert it to product? No, only some collisions will be converted to product. So the collisions which are having after collision, if they are reaching the water threshold energy, then only they will be converted to water products. If they are not reaching that collision, whatever the threshold energy barrier, if they are not crossing by that collisions, then those collisions are not converted to product. So the collisions which gives the product, they are called what? Effective collisions. Those collisions are also called fruitful collisions. Those collisions are called what? Fruitful collisions. And also here the number of collisions which are taking place in an per unit second, per unit volume is said to be what? Collision frequency. So the number of collisions are made by the reacting molecule is more, then what happens? The rate of reaction will be more. Okay now. So that is what here the collision frequency. Collision frequency is nothing but what? It is represented with the Z. For example, A and B are what? Reactants are converted to product. So whose ZAB is what? It is a collision frequency. It is what? Collision frequency. So what is meant by collision frequency? The number of collisions made in 1 second per unit volume is called what? Collision frequency. Rate is directly proportional to that collision frequency. So after that what happens right here? The energy is crossing. Now whatever the energy required is called what? Activation energy. How we can define here? So activation energy is equal to activation energy of reacting molecule is equal to threshold energy minus energy of the reacting molecule. Energy of reacting molecule. So from this what happens? Threshold energy will be what happens? This is a very important one. So threshold energy, what happens? Threshold energy. So threshold energy will be activation energy plus energy of the reacting molecule. Either it may be forward direction, means it will be what? Reactant. If it is backward direction, it is product, reacting molecules. Now you take the water here. So threshold energy, how you will get? When you are adding the water activation energy and energy of the reacting molecule. Here also activation energy and energy of the reacting molecule. This diagram will gives you what? Total information. That is what here threshold energy and activation energy. Now what happens? Rate is depends on the what? Collision frequency. Now is that whatever the collisions which are made, all those collisions are converted to product? No, only some collisions, and those collisions should also be with proper direction only. Okay now. And before going to that orientation barrier, so first we had seen the what? Energy barrier. In this energy barrier, this graph is there, no? This graph here, delta H I had represented. What is mean by delta H here? Delta H is nothing but it is a heat of reaction. So how will you get this heat of reaction here? Delta H is equal to activation energy in forward direction minus activation energy in backward direction. Activation energy in forward direction minus activation energy in backward direction. Now you see in this case, which is more here, activation energy of forward or backward? Backward energy is more. So then what happens? Minus value is more. Then if delta H is negative, then it is called what? Exothermic reaction. It is called what? Exothermic in nature. Means heat energy is given out by the reacting molecule. Now if delta H is positive, now you can take here the activation energy of backward direction is less when compared to the what? Forward direction. Forward direction is more. Then what happens? If delta H is positive, then it is called what? Endothermic. This is most important one. So based on this we will have the what? Some problems. Delta H. Now you decide which is the endothermic graph and which is an exothermic graph here among them. So it is what? Activation energy of backward is more. Simply you see the what? Products are having the least energy. When the products will have the least energy, when the reacting molecule completely loses the energy, then it will form the what? Stable molecule. Molecules which are having lower energy means they are having more stability. So these are having the what? Least energy. It is more stable. So it is when we will get in case of exothermic, it is a what? Exothermic graph. Exothermic graph. It is what? It is an example of what? Endothermic graph. It is what? Endothermic graph. Is that clear? So what is delta H? What is activation energy in forward direction, activation energy in backward direction, energy of product, reactant, threshold energy, everything is clear now. Delta H is what? Heat of reaction. How you will get that heat of reaction? Energy of forward direction minus backward direction. Is that clear? Now that is what? Energy barrier. Now next we are going to see the what? Orientation barrier. I am going to erase this one. I will see the what? Orientation barrier. Now two barriers it has to cross to get the what? Proper amount of product. Now you can take the what? Next one, that is orientation barrier. Now only some collisions will giving the what? Products. Means what? Some collisions are not giving the product. Orientation barrier. So why they are not converting into products? We will take the water simple. I will give simple diagrammatically. So now you take the water. This is one atomic orbital. This is another atomic orbital. These two are orienting. This is coming in this direction. It is coming in this direction. So what happens? Will they orient in proper direction? So they are they overlapping in proper direction? So it is an improper direction. So these two atomic orbital containing atoms are not overlapping in a proper direction. So then what happens? No product formation takes place. In this case what happens? No products. We will not get the what? Proper amount of product. So this type of collisions are called ineffective collisions. Ineffective collisions, because here what happens? These two atomic orbitals are not colliding in proper direction. But whereas if you are taking, this is one atomic orbital, this is another atomic orbital, both are coming in this direction, opposite direction, then what happens? Both are colliding. Then what happens? Completely they will overlap. So they will overlap like this completely. So extent of overlapping is more. So with the sufficient energy they are colliding. Then what happens? They are converted to what? Product. So these, whatever the collisions, by these collisions whatever we are getting product, these collisions are said to be what? Effective collisions, are called fruitful collision. Effective collisions. What we can say here? Orientation of reacting molecule is must. If they are having sufficient energy also, if they are not orienting in proper direction, means will not get the water product. Is that clear? So now in this case we can take the one more example also. By taking the example I can explain orientation barrier. So example of what? You can take the SN2 reaction. In case of SN2 reaction, so that is methyl halide I am taking. So methyl halide, that is methyl bromide I am taking, which is on reaction with what? OH minus. We have two directions are there. So one is what? Improper orientation. Improper orientation. Improper orientation of nucleophile. Now this is nucleophile. This nucleophile, if it is attacking in the same direction of this living nucleophile, then what happens? It is called what? Improper orientation. You can take improper orientation. So it is improper orientation. OH minus, both are coming in this direction. This living nucleophile is going in this direction, same OH minus also coming in this direction. Then no products at all. No product, because what happens? This is nucleophile, this is also nucleophile, both will repel. That is an improper orientation, will not get any product. But what happens if it is proper orientation? If it is proper orientation, what is a proper orientation? That nucleophile should attack on this alkyl halide, should be attacked from the back side. It should be attacked from this back side. Then it is called what? A proper orientation. Now you see in this case, what happens? OH is forming the what? Bond with this carbon, and simultaneously what happens? The living nucleophile also leaves this carbon. So then what happens? Here that bromine is eliminated, and we are getting the what? OH. Plus Br minus. So it is what a product we are getting. So it is one of the example for the orientation barrier. Is that clear? Means to get the product, what are the required condition? So the rate mainly depends on the what? Collision frequency, the number of collisions made in 1 second per unit volume, and also it depends on the what? Energy barrier. Sufficient energy of the reacting molecule must possess the what? Some sufficient energy to convert into products, and also the reacting molecule should possess the what? Orientation barrier. Now here energy will be there, no? That effective energy can be taken as what? K is equal to A into e power minus EA by RT. So can be taken as K by A, it is RT. It is also taken as what? F. Now in this case you can take the water, your rate, how it will depends on the what factor it depends, will take in one reaction. Now rate is what? Here rate is directly proportional to what? Collision frequency. Collision frequency. Collision frequency. And also it depends on the what? Energy barrier. That is what? F, energy barrier. So energy of the reacting molecule. Energy, sufficient energy of the reacting molecule. Sufficient energy of reacting molecule. And also what? They should be oriented in proper direction. So the orientation of reacting molecule in proper direction. Orientation of reacting molecule. These are the three factors which affect on the rate of reaction. Reacting molecules. Okay na? So now in this case rate is equal to what happens? This collision frequency is represented as Z. This is what it can be represented as e power minus EA by RT. Okay na? So probability, orientation factor or probability of factor, so that it can be written as what? P. So here rate is equal to Z into P into e power minus EA by RT. So from this combination of these two, what happens? It will be, so it is what? Arrhenius factor A into e power minus EA by RT, that is rate. So now here when that rate is equal to Arrhenius factor, when we are taking very high temperature. Okay na? So that is what about collision theory. Now we will see some questions based on this collision theory and Arrhenius. What? These three questions. The third question is very, very important. This model 1 question and model 2 question. So now you see the water here. Activation energy of reaction is the given 58.3 kilojoules per mole. The ratio of rate constant at 305 Kelvin and 300 Kelvin is how much they are saying. What they are saying? They are asking the water ratio of rate constant at 305 Kelvin and 300 Kelvin. So here the rate constant at 305 Kelvin is what? K2. So rate constant at T1, always T2 will be what? High temperature than the what? T1. That is T2 is greater than T1. So for that reason T2 we have taken. So what they are saying, ratio of K2 to K1 is how much they are saying. And they given the what? Activation energy 58.3 kilojoules. Okay, per mole. Now you can take the what we have, the relation is what? Log of K2 by K1 is equal to EA by 2.303 R into T2 minus T1 by T1 T2. Now you can write here what? Log of K2 by K1. K2 by K1 is equal to activation energy is what? 58.3 kilojoules is there. It can be taken as 58.3 into 10 power 3 joules, because R we will take it in what? Joules. 2.303 into 8.10 power 3 into 8.314 joules. Now in this case T2 is how much? 305, 300. 305 minus 300 means 5 by 305 into 300. So you do that calculation, you will get the what? How much you will get? So log of K2 by K1 is equal to, you will get it as what? 0. By doing all this calculation, you will get 0.1667 you will get. Okay na? So then what happens if you want to get the what? K2 by K1, this log should be sent that side. What happens? It becomes anti-log of 0.1667. Its value is how much they given? 1.468. 1.468. It is round figured as what? 1.5. K2 by K1 will be what? 1.5. That is the answer. Is that clear? So easy, just a formula substitution based question. In this based questions are very important. So whenever they want to waste your time, they will give this type of question, because calculation part involves you have to do more number of multiplication, okay, division we have to do. Now in this case it is an easy model question for MSET based question or board exams, and also sometimes they will ask in mains also, very important. An endothermic reaction means delta H is what? Positive. Reaction has an activation energy is what? 15 kilocalorie. It is A to B. A to B means what? Forward direction. So B to A means what? Backward direction. So activation energy of forward direction is how much they given? 15 kilocalorie per mole. Now what they are asking, heat of reaction also they given delta H. What is they are saying? Positive. Endothermic means positive. So we have to take the what? 5 kilocalories. Okay, if they are saying the what? Exothermic. If they are saying exothermic means we have to take delta H as what? -5. That you do remember. So what we know, delta H is equal to activation energy of forward direction minus activation energy of backward direction. Have you understood here why I am taking +5? Because it is an endothermic one. If they are saying exothermic means you have to take -5. Now in this case 5. So activation energy in forward direction is how much? 15. So backward direction will be what happens? Activation energy in backward direction, that is 15 minus 5, that is 10 kilocalorie per mole. Is that clear? So next question we will see. Third question we will see. So which is what they are saying, relation between, what is the relation between equilibrium constant and activation energy of forward and backward direction. Now what we know here, K is equal to A into e power minus EA by RT. So here A is constant, R is constant, T is constant. What are the variables here? Rate constant and activation energy. Specific rate and activation energy are variable. Okay now. So now it is what? Rate constant in forward direction, Kf is equal to A into e power minus EA by, it is also forward direction, by RT. So similarly what? Rate constant in backward direction will be what happens, Amma? So what they are saying? Equilibrium constant. These are what? Rate constants. So A into e power minus EA by RT. It is what backward direction by RT. Now in this case what we know here, equilibrium constant K equilibrium is equal to rate constant in forward direction by backward direction. This we will get in what in case of chemical equilibrium first year. So this is a very important application related question. One time it is asked in mains also. Kf value will be what A into e power minus Ea forward direction by RT whole by A into e power minus Ea backward direction by RT. Now what happens? Aa get cancelled. So K equilibrium is equal to e power minus Ea by EAF by RT. Okay. So it will go up in the denominator. Then what happens? It becomes what? Plus Ea backward direction by RT. So what we can write here, K equilibrium is equal to e power. So it is bases are same, power should be added. Activation energy in backward direction minus activation energy in forward direction. So both are having denominator is same. So LCM will be what? RT. This is the relation between what? Activation energy e power, it is e power. Okay, equilibrium constant and activation energy of forward and backward direction. This is about what? Collision theory and Arrhenius theory and related model questions also we had discussed. I hope so you have understood something from this. So if you have understood this one, you please watch some more videos. We'll get definitely again tomorrow also. So okay, I'll see you again. Have a nice day.